What are you doing, you goofballs? Look at you bananas, just hanging out. We're going to have some fun tonight. We're going to have some fun tonight. So I was told by my wife, like, those shoes don't look good with your shirt. You can't wear those shoes with a button-up shirt. And I went, if anyone in there is going, do you see his shoes? You see Breuer's sneakers? I was totally listening to the points he said tonight, but his sneakers, turn off. That's whatever. Right before the show started, this just happened. Okay? Right? Like, I came in and this is what I do. I take my notes. I'm like, okay, this and that. And then I do, like, I give myself a little prayer, like, God, I hope I say everything you want me to say. And I don't like making it about me. And then I start scrolling. And then the first thing that came up is this. Just happened. Play the tape.
In America alone. You were the mastermind of everything.
And I was honored to have Albert be the first. He's done a fantastic job with, as you know, with the COVID. He did a fantastic job with a lot of things. He's a leader, and Pfizer is right at the top. You know, it's there.
$70 billion in the next few years.
70
from Pfizer?
In
manufacturing and research in America.
Pfizer's the good guys.
You were the mastermind of everything.
Pfizer's the good guys
without
now.
The brilliant way that you designed.
Pfizer's awesome. Let's just take that COVID and sweep it under the. Nothing to see here. Here's the best part of this. Watch, can we play this one more time? I purposely zone in on RFK's face. Watch RFK's face. And yes, you're going to see somebody try to call me in the middle, and you're going to go, is that so-and-so trying to call Breuer? Play this tape again. So
He's done a fantastic job with, as you know, with the COVID. He did a fantastic job with a lot of things. He's a leader, and Pfizer.
He's a leader. Look at RFK's face.
You know, it's there.
Look at RFK's face. I'm not a big fan of this. You're making me look bad. Last week, I said there's a lot of bad things in vaccines, and now you're bringing Mr. Vaccine himself, right? And you're making me look bad. What? Watch. There's no way that's one of two faces right now from RFK Jr., okay? Keep playing. Zone in on RFK Jr. This just happened. Just happened. Play.
The next few years.
Look at his face.
Pfizer. In manufacturing and research in America.
He can't even look up.
You were the mastermind of everything. And without the brilliant way that you designed the whole thing.
Okay. This is is this Impractical Jokers? Is that what's going on? This is the Impractical Jokers. They're like, here's on the new season of Impractical Jokers. Here's season 1. Trump, what do you need me to do? I'm usually not, I need some comedy. Okay, we're going to take the head advisor. You mean the one during, yes, that one. And we're going to put him on the grand stage, and you're going to say he did a terrific job during COVID, even though I don't know if the whole MAGA movement's gonna back it. They love you. Listen, and not only do you bring him out and say he's terrific, then you say he gets to make the vaccines here. RFK, what do you think? I don't like this joke at all. I don't like it at all. I know I'm making it for his voice. It has nothing to do with the voice. It's either that or this is a mob. This is Albert going, last week, you have RFK Jr. uns telling the world that we put mercury and aluminums in the vaccines, and you talk about the Amish. Goddamn Amish, they make me so angry. And we made billions and billions of dollars through Pfizer and giving those vaccines to around the world. Of course, there was a couple of people that had some heart diseases and all kinds of things, but you can't prove it. And even though I myself, the creator and owner or CEO of the Pfizer, did not take the vaccine, which I said out in public. Even though I will not take the vaccine, we made hundreds of billions of dollars, and you've got this man shaking his head and with his voice telling me that you know how much money Pfizer lost last week when you said we do not have to give so many vaccines. You are killing uns industry. All I can pray to God is this is Trump just going, like the scene in Goodfellas going, what do I know about vaccine? What do you say? You want to come over? You want us to take over your business? Is that what you want? Who knows? I know a lot about vaccines. Tell you what, you bring it over here. You give us the money. And Robert, why don't you look over? Oh, I'll look over it real good. I pray to Almighty God as a witness. That's what's happening. Otherwise, I feel, hey, RFK, come here for a second. Come here for a second. Come here for a second. RFK, come here. Do you need we the people to help you out? Because we didn't, to be honest with you, I'm a big fan, and a lot of us put our chips in because we trusted you. And last week, we almost had a parade because you were like, vaccines, we got to look at autism. And those who were like, it hasn't been proven, quack, quack. Okay, we get that side and the test can't, but yeah. We know what you're about, and we've got your ass. So if you're not in on this deal, come here, RFK. Tell us, because we the people are a little confused right now when we have Make America Healthy Again, and we take brought to you by Pfizer. Brought to you by Pfizer. Don't say anything bad about horse goo pills. Ivermectin, bad. Ivermectin, bad. Hydrochloroquine, bad. Pfizer, good. NFL players dropping like flies. Kids, heart attacks, brought to you by Pfizer. Hey! He's a wonderful person. We have him here. He's going to do a great job. I know I'm not the only one that is now going, the coffee shop's going to be bad tomorrow with everyone that said, this is what you voted for. I think we need a deeper explanation. I know I'm not the only one that just bugged out. This is really heavy. This is not Impractical Jokers. Does anyone have the number of the Impractical Jokers? Maybe this is season 2 and this is the start and we just watched. Now we're waiting for it. Don't forget, you've just been, Okay, we'll keep moving along. I'm sure you got comments, and I'm sure you're going to leave your comments. But yes, the head of Pfizer, Trump called him just incredible. You're amazing at your job. Okay. Nothing to see here, folks. All good. All wonderful. Now, on a different note, all over the community, comedy community, you have people going, I can't believe that so-and-so and so-and-so are doing the Saudi Arabia Comedy Festival. And people are, the internet is like, how dare Mr. this person and that person, how dare they go and do the Saudi Arabia show? And just to time out for myself, see, I have all the young dudes and they're on computer and stuff. When you guys look at each other like this, like, what is going on? Is everything okay? Is the government calling us right now? Like, you can't see it, but there's like 6 guys behind me and they're like this. Like, and then, I'm used to an audience where they're like, ha, 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 or, yeah, I don't like it. These guys are... So I don't know what's going on. I have no clue what's going on over there or over there. That's the big shot. Okay. Saudi Arabia. Now... You know who's... I got to be honest with you about comedians. People ask me a lot, who do you like? I like Shane Gillis. I've never met him. I never met him. I'm just being honest. And the other person that's making me howl with laughter right now is Tim Dillon. I have not met Tim. I don't know anything about him. I'm not trying to get his attention, but I'm telling you, he's got some funny takes. And supposedly, he was asked to do this Saudi Arabia Comedy Festival. And he got fired before he even showed up. Now, I don't know if that was his take, but he's got a... If you haven't been watching this stuff, like check out this Tim Allen bit. He goes on why he got... What are we watching? What is it? Oh, here we go. Okay, Saudi Arabia Comedy Face showcase major lineup of U.S. performers.
375. Others are getting 150. Why are they doing it? Here's the point. Okay? I am doing this because they're paying me a large sum of money. They're paying me enough money to look the other way. Do you understand? Look the other way.
This wins all the time.
4-word sentence.
What's your morals? Yeah.
Look the other way.
How
if
much?
something bad is happening to your left, look to your right. If, for example, I'm at a breakfast and I see someone get grabbed and they start hitting them with that, that big stick. I don't know if it's bamboo or whatever it is. It's kind of a wood, but it kind of snaps back. It's perfect for a cane. If I see someone getting it, I will look the other way, okay? If I look the other way and I see someone being behanded, meaning they're chopping a hand off, that might be interesting to just kind of see actually how they do it, because I think they do it kind of a sanitary way. But from what I've heard, if they're chopping a hand, I might look down. And if I'm looking at the floor and I see some eyeless beggar grabbing at me, trying to get my money, I will look up to the heavens. And if in the heavens I see a drone flying over, I will look the other way because I'm being paid enough money to look the other way. What don't you understand?
It's really, he explained, now supposedly he got fired before he even showed up. He goes on and says his manager said they just fired you from the show, and he's like, why? They didn't like what you were saying. He goes, I was being silly. I did it in a funny way, and like they don't care. So listen, there's other comics out there. Like, how does this happen? Why is so-and-so doing this? It's simple. It's simple. Like, you get a call, you can have morals. Now, you got to understand there's a lot of things at hand here. I'm not saying any of these comedians have this. I'm talking about from past experience of myself that I will get into right after this. What runs the world? Your ego and cash. It's simple. Ego and cash mixed together takes morals and lifts it up and kicks it through the goalpost and goes, yeah, eat it. It's really that simple. You can, if you get a phone call, back in the day, some big actor, and they're like, listen, we want to film. They're making an offer to you to film in Saudi Arabia. Why would I want to be in Saudi Arabia? First of all, they don't drink, and you're not allowed alcohol. Why would I want to go to a country where they would behead people and the women have to wear the whole sheet over their body and all that nonsense? Why would I go to a place where they're slaughtering journalists? Why would I want to put my 2 cents into a place that a lot of people believe we're part of a certain government, our government, and them, part of 9/11. It's all hearsay. They found the passports. Quack, quack. But here's the thing. Why would I? Shh. They want to pay you $4 million. First class tickets? I'll take 4-class tickets and... Wait a minute, I ain't going unless some other A-listers are going. Oh, this A-lister's going. Oh my God, that puts me right up there with them. And this, oh my God, now I can pay. I tell you what, I'll be the first one on stage, and I'll be the first one to go, hey, I love the way you make women walk behind you. They deserve to walk. Get back there, you dopey woman. Go on. And kick that sheet over your head. Yeah, we changed the rules. You know what it's like when we get you home. I say more beheadings. I wish there was more beheadings in America. Hey, you stole my car, chopped off with his head. Am I right? Then put him on the field while all the immigrants start playing soccer. Maybe I should have said immigrants. It's live, it's too late. I guess I'm not performing in any immigrant country this year. It's that simple. People say, capital. Here's the thing. We do live in a capitalist society, and I do think about this, and I learned this a long time ago. Although a lot of people say, capitalist, yeah. Capitalism is bigger than morality. Do you understand that statement? If I walk in a room of elites, this elite made all their money from pornography. The pornography is linked to some human trafficking, heroin to give the porn stars, multi-countries. But hey, they got a lot of money. Come on in. This guy, even though he's from another country, and he uns make vaccines that has caused uns for entertainment purposes, not true or fact, it's just a bit, caused side effects that were devastating to many peoples. However, he is worth, now he's English, billions of dollars. Come on into the club. Here's the guy who ran social media or TikTok or wants to block out the sun. And he's on what we keep forgetting about, somebody's list. Where's the list? Are we still talking about that? Yeah, we are. Nice distractions. Pfizer. This. Nazi Yahoo. We're going to make a peace deal. Where's the list? Can we see the Epstein list and what country's backing it? All them, because of money, they could buy anything. Dude, how much? How much? I would never kill someone. How much? I would never do. How much? Do you got a price? A lot of us have a price. And you're a liar if you say you don't have a price. So when it comes to the festival, they gave the price. I've been asked, not to Saudi Arabia, but I've been asked to play certain countries. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Well, we'll give you XYZ. Yeah, I don't know. I've taken money. Don't get me wrong. I've taken money. I'll tell you a quick story, and this is about a comedian, and this is when I was schooled. I was schooled on my ego and money. And this is true. This is like 1999, okay? 1999. Now, I just finished Saturday Night Live. I'm on TV. I live in Manhattan. I got some cash. I think I'm hot stuff because I'm a TV guy. I just came out with Half Baked. I am the capital S-H-I shit. I am. I think I am. So I get offered this gig. And it's called Gator Growl in Gainesville, Florida. And I was not the first one booked. I was the replacement. So what happened was, the agent calls, hey man, you know what Gator Growl is? No clue. I don't watch college football. I went to a community college for 2 hours. It's no disrespect to any university. I just, no, I don't know. University of Florida, Gator Growl, they for weeks, they come in, they camp out. It leads to like the homecoming. They have bands. Back then, they had Robin Williams and half the room just went like this. Who's Robin Williams? Who is that guy? Is he a comedian or is he all these big names, right? I go, oh, okay. He goes, but it's in a football field, but they want you to headline. So they said so-and-so dropped out. Now, at that time, I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm making like $5,000 a show, which a lot of you will go, whoa, that's a lot of money. And for me, yeah. At that time, I was like, oh my God, $5,000. I want to get me a new shirt. So I get offered at that time for 20 minutes, 30 smackers. And I was like, 30? 30? They said, yeah, but you got to be clean. It comes with rules and regulations. You got to be clean. You can't talk about religion. You can't make any sexual jokes. If they do, they will not pay you. I said, I was on television. Do you know who I am? I used to do this on TV. Enough said. So I think I go down there. Now I'm playing with Daniel Tosh, who at the time nobody knows. Nobody knows that he's a kid. And he's the opener. I think he's got to do 10 minutes. David Tell, who's not on TV yet, but all the comics are like, ooh, David Dell's tough to follow in the clubs, okay? And then I got to go up and do 20. Piece of cake. When I walk out there, they're going to cheer for the first 5 minutes. Now I got 15 minutes left. Then I'm going to hear a couple, we love you on SNL, and hey, we love you. And I banter with them. It's a piece of cake, taking money, just taking it. Well, David Tell at the time, hilarious, but also filthy. Not to me, but others would consider filthy. He does hilarious sexual stuff. He curses like crazy, and he smokes nonstop on stage. Before we walked on stage, all I could think about is, there's no way David Tell is going to pull this event off. He's going to look dopey. He can't work clean. And we were in a trailer. And they're showing me, like, when the show's over, here's your check. And I'm like, oh my God, that's a lot of money. Oh, I can't wait to make that money. Okay? And I'm not even thinking about the comedy. I'm thinking about that money. And I'm looking at Tell, and we have to sign. If you curse, you don't get your money. Don't worry about that. I did live television for a long time. I know all about being clean on TV. I could be clean in front of the 60,000 people. Okay? You can't do any sexual material. I don't do sexual material. I'm actually pretty light and fluffy. So I think you're really going to enjoy it. Hey, anyone married out there? Hey, you know when you go drinking and you drink a little too much and your stomach goes, hey, everyone out! Okay? So, all of a sudden, they also say, no, don't make in fun of the staff. The dean is here tonight. Everyone's here. And I'm looking going, David Tell is going to eat it so hard tonight. So hard tonight. Well, Daniel Tosh goes up, and Daniel went up at a time where there wasn't a lot of people in the stadium, and whatever. He went on and did his thing and did his brilliant show and all that jazz. But no one really knew what they were getting. There wasn't a lot of people paying. David Tell goes, and they say no smoking. No smoking. He's a chain smoker. I go, I gotta watch this. This is gonna be great. I'm in the side of the, where we come out of this hallway. You know, like when ball players come running out, like, and here comes the Florida Gators. I'm in there behind the stage. And I go, this is gonna be hilarious. And I don't know how, I will do it PG. I'll do the PG version. David Tell lights up a cigarette, and they're going, we told him he can't. What's he doing? He just signed the contract, and he said if you smoke and you talk about sex and the things like you're not going to get paid. And he goes, okay, let's get this out of the way. And he says like 10 straight, one word filthier than the other. Ass, boobs, this, that, this way, that way, over that way, around about this way. And then he goes, sometimes I stick this in the fishbowl just to let them know who's boss. And as each joke he says, the entire arena's like, and he goes, sorry, Dean, but tonight's for the students. And he murdered. And I sat there and went, ooh, okay. This is okay. And when he came off the stage, I will never forget this. He walked past me with his cigarette, and he goes, Guess I'm not getting paid. Boop. And I stood there in time going, wow, he came to be funny. He came to kill. I came here to make money. And boy, did it show that night. Because I think I lasted about 4 or 5 minutes before I didn't have a couple people booing. I had a section. This is a football field. And it was like section 106 started. They were like, we're done with this guy. He cannot follow sticking his donkey in a fishbowl to prove he's the boss. Who can follow? I mean, he's murdering. And he said oh, bro. I wish I remembered all the jokes he said that night. And then that section started. There was a couple people up front going, no, be cool to him. Give him more time. And then another section was like, no, we're with that section. So half the place was booing and half the place was trying to keep me there. It was the most uncomfortable swamp ass 20 minutes in my lifetime. I had sweat dripping down my back, my ass. And I tell you, I enjoyed taking that money, but I felt like ass for a long time because now even the radio people, have you seen shit? Thank God. I don't know if anyone has video of it, but I'm sure they'll find it now. And I'm telling you, it was horrifying. But the point of that story is, many people will claim they're in it for the art. It's very hard not to, quote, sell out. And I know a lot of people are like, well, you shouldn't sell out. It's easy for you to say. If you're making 40 grand a year, or you're busting your ass, look what they did with farmers. Look what they did with, we'll give you X, Y, Z. Why don't you go get some new shoes and you don't have to do this anymore. They give you offers you can't refuse. Now, the real interesting factor with the Saudi Arabia show is I want to see what the material was from the comics when they come home. I don't know if they're going to show that footage, but I want to see certain comics. I am curious to see what certain people say. Just more of a curiosity thing. Which brings us to this. I started this a couple weeks ago. All right? Right before I went to Africa. It's another whole story. Before I went to Africa, I knew where I wanted to start getting to going, and this is my comfort zone. I like this. And a lot of people last week, and they start going, yeah, hey man, you should have your own late night show, and you should find your own thing. I'm here to tell you, I'm 99.9%, and I'm going to go 100. I can't do a network show in my life again because I like the fact that and I'm being dead honest, we are growing together. I don't know where this is going. And I like that we're going to go on this ride. I started in a closet. This started in a closet in my house because I wouldn't tell him to take the vaccine because if people want to see his comedy, they should be healthy. And I said, no. And the gigs were tough to get, and I didn't care. So from that moment, I really had to walk the walk. I walked away from all my sports favorite things because they asked me to get this to enter to watch a ball game. And at that moment, I went, I gave you my life. I gave you my emotions. I gave you my money. Now you lost me. I put up with all the other. Now I know who the real Now I know who the real people behind the scenes are. So that, dude, network show. Yeah, you'll make stupid money, but you also go, you're not allowed to say this, and we really have to sell that. Did you see some of the late night shows? Did you see, what's his name? The dancing needles. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You think he was that brilliant to go, okay, tonight, we're going to come out, we're just going to dress up as needles and dance all night. Yeah, you know. We really have to sell this because we're getting a lot of money and funding to go, so maybe we could, that's ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. Jimmy, listen, this ivermectin and this hydrochloroquine is a real threat to keeping people locked down because we need a state of emergency or else we can't get back in your house, you grandmother murderer. Because once they're able to use hydrochloroquine, can somebody shut Joe Rogan up? Make him look uglier, make him look like he's dying. Horse goo. The guy eats horse goo. Can you believe he eats horse goo? Fox News. Hey, don't forget, who's eating horse goo? Hey, NFL Today. Can you believe that people are eating horse goo? I want every network to say it is called horse goo. Jimmy Kimmel. Ka-ching. Hey, this is what I say. This is late night. Quack, quack. Hey, if you need help and you're dying, if you've been vaccinated, we got your back. If you're not, die. I'm not sure he would have done that if he didn't have censors and he didn't have people paying him. So I'll give him that, and I'll give all of them that. Maybe they believed it, but that's why I can't. This is way more fun. This is way more fun until you get a phone call from the government. We're not going to talk about that. Just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I am not out of my mind. Bling. Can we talk to Jim, please? Wow. Okay. They're jokes. They're jokes. They're jokes. So with that said, no. And you know, let me tell you how this goes. If you're watching YouTube, and I don't think it happens while we're live. I don't know. There's no commercials that pop up while we're live, right? What? So if we're live, how do they pop up while I'm talking? Or it stops? Okay. Well, if you go through that, we can't help that. That's YouTube. I have no clue. All I know is views. I get this team to like, come here, you're not going to believe this. So people started watching you like soon as you came on, and like you never dropped. Do you know how insane that is? Dude, your percentage in Afghanistan went up 36%. And it's all females. Dude, females from Afghanistan are watching you, Breuer. You're making a difference. And you know, we got to do 4 hours. I'm like, 4? Are you kidding me? I pulled an ass muscle last week from playing wiffle ball by myself in my development. That's how bad I need to play. So yeah, when I drive my car, I got a tennis ball and I'm riding with this. So the only way I know is these guys will go, you made $320 on a 30-second video. I went, is that good? I don't know. Is that okay? That pays for my wife's new Prime stuff that she just, every day I get a package. Every day I get a package. Whew. That meant nothing. That was just me venting and having my own therapy for 10 seconds. Okay. So we are at the point, too, where everyone goes, do you know how much money we're leaving on the table? And yes, we do have ad people coming. I do have a lot of people that are starting to reach out to us, we'd like to go partner with you. We'd like to sponsor the whole show. We'd like to give you XYZ. Can I use XYZ? Absolutely. Absolutely. By the way, yeah, we'll hit this in a second. I got to tell you about a scam that's going on, so be very careful. But let me tell you how ad agencies work. I've been doing this forever. Even when I was doing the podcast in my closet, and then it was the Breuerverse or whatever. Here's what happens. Hey, yeah, we're gonna find money for you, and we get your what's the word? Your brand. They love saying we get your brand. Totally get your brand. Your brand is, hey, we speak a little truth, and we don't sell out, and we're a patriot, and for America, whatever. They all say. Now, we do have a client that's totally like that. I mean, they got this barbecue place. They started. He came out of hell, and now he's back in life, and he's pro-American, and he sells barbecue, and we back him. And oh my God, how much money he made? Like $30,000 in 2 weeks, and and then what happens is, all the time, you get the call. 2-3 weeks. And that's another thing. We're talking about finding producers to find guests. We need guests because to get the ratings even higher, we need you to talk to someone you've never met or have no clue about, but he's got a gazillion followers. Oh, okay. And I have done that. And I just sit there like, so what's it like surfing? Cool. Yeah, my kid's 25. Okay. Yeah, surfing's, yeah, okay. Yeah, no, I never surfed. He's just like, hey, my God, your numbers went up 13 points. And listen, I'm at a stage in life, too, where if I can't passionately enjoy it, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I'm just being honest. I'm blessed to be in that position. So here's how every producer, and here's how, I shouldn't say every, a lot of producers and a lot of ad agencies, this is what I do. Jim, totally get your brand big time. First of all, I'm not going to bring you any, I'm not going to waste your time by bringing you some kooky people. That's just, and we know not to get Nabisco because they have certain things. And we know not to get Kraft. Well, that'd be kind of cool if they're open to stuff. I do like some of their products, I'm just saying. Mac and cheese, baby. All right. But they'll go, what happens is like, hey, we can get XYZ wants to pay for a segment. All you have to do is read it. Okay. And then we get there. This happens every single time. Okay. Now, before you say no, they're offering like 6 figures. Now, they used to do porn, but it was soft. It's like they're moral now and they're cool. It's like they only show half boobies. It's not full blown, and it's not normally your brand, but they really got cool stories. You know what I mean? Like, we're not selling porn, but it's kind of it's 150 grand. That's how every single bingo one, and then you got to read it. Like, all right, the reason why I drink this drink is because they gave me a lot of money to say it, and the reason why it's going to take a while for me, for us. These kids are like, oh my God, we just lost half the sponsors. We got all this on the table. They tell me every day, like, you're not going to believe who called today and offered money. Like, I don't care. We need to talk to them. Okay, but they're ready to go right now. I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to go play wiffle ball and pull a muscle on my ass. And I know you're going to keep me honest. I know you're going to keep me honest. You're going to be the first ones going, Breuer just sold out. Here we go. All of a sudden, he's for vaccines. You know, and we will pay you uns $150 billion to uns say Pfizer once, please, as positive. No, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Even $1 billion, that one I'll have to think about. Might even find myself in Saudi Arabia for that one. No. So just know that. Let's see where this goes. I do have plans on different, expanding in different ways and all that. So with that said, let's just take some of the things that are going on in the world and we try to, look, we're all slaves. You're a slave, whether you think you are, no, I got my own independent. No, you don't. You can. At the end of the day, you got to pay a mortgage. That's $1. You're a slave. You got to go out and work. We're all here on borrowed time, whether you're in Holland, whether you're in Australia, whether you're in Egypt, whether you're in Israel, no matter where you are, we're all here. So let's just try to just try to get along and have a couple giggles, but also at the same time go, hey, should we watch out for this? You know what I mean? Now, let's start with this one. It's a little controversial. I'll give you my take. Here in America, apparently, it's no longer called the Secretary of Defense. It's the Secretary of War. Now, I am not a fan of war. I don't think we need war. I'm being dead honest. I know a lot of you like, what? I believe when we have 300-something million people in America, how many 100 million people in Canada, how many 100 million people in all the countries, and we got 30 to 50 clowns telling us what our news is of the day and who we need to bomb and who we need to attack. I have a lot of confidence that without them, I'm not saying burn them down or be violent. I'm saying without them, people just talking with one another and hanging out, we can solve way, way, way more than any of our governments, politicians could ever accomplish in the last 200 years. I'm going on a limb and say that. I trust people. I really do. I don't trust leaders anymore. Not when it comes to money. So with that said, let's talk about Hegseth. His name is Hegseth. Hegseth. If you're going to start Secretary of War, you got to have a name like Hegseth. My name is Hegseth. 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 I like that. And listen, I ain't going to lie to you. Kid's name is Gunner. I'm already a fan. I'm a fan. Gunner? That's a strong name, man. It's Gunner. But listen to what this guy says. Some of you are going to like it. Some of you not. I personally, I'll tell you what I think. Listen to what he says.
If the Secretary of War can do regular, hard PT, so can every member of our joint force. Frankly, it's tiring to look out at combat formations, or really any formation, and see fat troops. Likewise, it's completely unacceptable to see fat generals and admirals in the halls of the Pentagon.
Time
and
out.
Leading commands around.
Time out. Stop. Thank you. I don't listen. If I'm walking into a grocery store, we'll say we're going to the pub, me and the guys. Okay, I feel pretty confident with the young guys that are behind the screen here because a lot of them are fit. Okay, if you're out at a pub and you got a fatso on your right wing and a fatso on your left who's already sweating after his second Guinness, if things are going down, I don't trust the out of shapers to get my back. So if you are if you're in war, let's pray to God. No, there's no reason to be in war unless we're being invaded, and we have to defend ourselves. Yeah, let's then send in the non-fatzos. First of all, do you ever see a fat, sloppy guy as a bouncer? No, because you'd squeeze his boob as you walk in. You're like, quack, and you know you can outrun him. But when you see that chiseled, maybe he's on a lot of testosterone, but he's got ass glutes like rocks, and he could chase you like a rhino for about 30 miles, that's the guy you want watching your ass, and that's the guy you want if things go down, showing up, going, I got this. I want that guy. I don't want the guy going, I don't want to climb fences because somebody, just listen. I know police officers. I have them in my family. My family, the officers are all in shape. I've seen other police officers where I'm like, if I got a situation at home, I'm not too confident on Jerry showing up because I see him at the coffee shop in the morning and his belly is always hanging over his belt and he's always pulling up the back of his pants because he's a fatso. And no offense, if you're hurt by that word, you should be. I came back from Africa a fatso. And I have to look at I was 82 pounds in kindergarten. On my life, I'm not kidding you. I had to get on the scale. The nurse would come to the room, James Breuer, and I'd have to, I swear to God, my hand to God, James Breuer, and thank God Noel Garzone and from the Philippines and Salian Costello were fatter, because if someone called me fat, I'm like, not as fat as you, Noel. So I'd always, not as fat as you, Salian, and you're a girl, fatso. And that made me go, I gotta get in shape. I am tired of being called a fatso. And yes, it's whatever makes you, there's psychological reasons, there's, some of us just forget we got one hole back here. You go to some of the middle of the country, it's like when they're little kids, they're like, go ahead and eat like you got 9 back there. Go ahead. Is that who you want putting on a uniform and trying to fight? Because they're not going to be able to walk 10 feet, 20 feet without huffing and puffing and needed a break and to pull up their pants. So I backed the no fatso. And let me tell you something, that word fatso, that is the FU for a heavy person. That is, if I'm just being honest, when you lost your mind and you lost your cool, if you call someone a fatso, that's basically FU, the fight's over. So, for example, if I'm in a parking lot and I'm pulling in the car, and because most big people are nice. Most of them are really kind-hearted, beautiful people. All right? They just are. But they got to stay in that zone. Because the minute they show a darker, the minute they start getting aggressive, and no matter whether they're right or wrong, it always ends with, whatever, fatso! Fatso! Yeah, go lose weight, because they know you're going to be home at night going, so what if I wear a t-shirt in the pool and my belly button is always like... It's a powerful, really mean word, but it works. I'm just being honest. It worked for me. What else is this guy? So the military's got no more fatzos. Dude, he should have just got right to the point. I'm telling you right now, part of the Department of War, no fatzos. You would have lost everyone like, I can't believe he said that. Bye-bye. Okay, what's his other thing? I love this. No more fatzos, no more what?
DEI offices, dudes in dresses.
What?
No more climate change worship.
No more climate.
division,
Can you put up the
distraction,
list?
or
Because I
gender
can't hear it.
delusions.
What's the list? Here we go. No more identity months. I'm all for that. I don't understand why you need to identify yourself. When did we start needing to identify ourselves? Like, who said, hi, my name's Jim, and I have brown hair. I'm heterosexual. I'm married. I like women, and I like eating good food. And yeah, that's me. Hi, my name's Jerry, and I identify as a, on Wednesdays, I'm a girl. On Thursdays, I'm a he, what, when, who, what, thou, thee, whatchamacallit. And on Fridays, I go nutso, and I'm a cat. So when I will say, I think I will give him credit. I'm pretty sure Bill Burr was hosting SNL. And he was the first one to really put it out there that said, he was like, gay people, they get Pride Month for June. I mean, you get a whole month. And then he goes into black people, slavery. They get February. It's a very hilarious, brilliant bit. But at the same time made you go, yeah, why? What? And it's not anything against gay people or nothing, but I don't get like, hey, we get a whole month to celebrate George and Bill playing hide the baloney. And let's have a parade where we got our donkeys hanging. Like, what are we celebrating? Did you help someone with cancer? Did you help your neighbor whose husband died and they're a widow and they're having dementia and you go over there and help them out every month? Or is it hide the baloney month? Why don't we just call it hide the baloney month? I'm just, what is the celebration? Oh, it's because we're coming out. Okay, that's your personal adventure. I'm not gonna go, I've reached 500,000 subscribers. It's 500,000 subscriber month, or it's not, hey, fatso month. Why can't fatzos get a month? We're proud to be fat and have boobies and wear t-shirts in a pool. You guys better edit this good. Edit this good. All right? I don't want the whole, I don't have any advertisers yet, so I don't get yeah, no gender delusions. So basically, he also said, and this is my favorite, before he even says it, no more gender delusions. If you're going into a fight, be honest, do you want someone going in the fight going, I'm going to kick your ass, but I'm really scared? Do you want someone running in the field with an AR wearing a dress while he's got a beard? Did they leave the parade for the fight? Like, I don't... Was that too far? Was that too far? One of my favorite things he says is no more climate change worship. This is been gnawing on my rear end. If you think there's climate change, I agree with you. There is climate change. It changes every single day. And the lines in the sky, which I videotaped and showed you, they form clouds. And those clouds, whatever those lines are changing the climate. And it's not the cows farting. It's not, I was a kid in the 70s, and the most famous TV person there who was part of Star Trek got paid a lot of money, and the propaganda, look it up, he was Spock, and he comes out, they did a whole hour to scare, let's scare them into climate change. Do you know how much money of your tax, now think about this if you believe in climate change. I want you to seriously think about this. Get your emotions out. If you got to leave the room, do a couple circles and come back. And if you're still pissed about the fatso bit, do 2 laps around and then come back. If you're stop being emotionally attached to everything they tell you the boogeyman is coming, okay? Climate change. Take a wild guess. Now you work how many days a week you work. And then when you work, your trusted government comes and takes your money whether you want to give it to them or not. And then you trust them, all 300 of them. A lot of them have dual citizenship somewhere. We'll get into that later. And they get your money. Your money doesn't go to your grandpa that has dementia and he's starting to drop a deuce in his pants every other day and you got to clean it. You go, no. No. It's going to another country so they can go, we are very sorry. We did not mean to kill the 3 innocent babies in Lebanon and the 2 American citizens. That's misinformation. Quack, quack. Okay, the point is, your money, think of how much money goes into climate change. Now, here's how they get every generation. My generation, the boogeyman came. You're all gonna freeze to death within 10 years. They told me. They got the TV star. The biggest show in the world is Star Trek. Get Spock. In another 10 years. And they had the wind. In another 10 years, most likely, the Ice Age will come again. And they paid... You paid all this money, and you know what? Millions of dollars of our specialist scientists. Trust the science. Trust anything on the television. Quack, quack. They tell us the truth all the time. Clap harder, Seal. Who do we trust? Television. They wouldn't lie to us. Oh, no, they wouldn't do that. They care about the people. Getting off track. Get back on it. I'm back. These guys are all going, about 400 people just left. If I'm paying you to go, hey man, we just took all the Americans' money and we started this foundation, this whole branch of government, and we're gonna check into the climate. And they, with all that money, came back and their answer is, we're gonna freeze to death. Oh my God, what do we do? Kill cows, more chicken, and less farting. Okay, that's gonna save us, right? Okay, and call people to spray paint their hair blue and block traffic. Okay. we didn't freeze to death. That's a big mistake. That's a $1 billion mistake. So then what is the con again? Hey, we're starting a war. This is going on. All these different companies then go, hey, can we get the Americans to keep working and all the rest of the world to keep working? And then we'll take your money and we'll put it in this foundation. we're gonna save the earth. Then there was a hole in the ozone layer. Anyone that grew up in the 80s, we know there's a hole in the ozone layer and we're all gonna burn to death. What? Oh yeah, the hole, and we have to repair the hole. Oh, what's causing it? Hairspray in New Jersey and New York. No one in Alabama, nobody else wears hairspray? Nope. Aquanet, bad. You're killing the ozone layer. Quick, block the traffic. And then when that didn't come to fruition, we took more of our money and they said, the seas are rising. The seas are rising? Oh yeah. It went up 0.0172 milliseconds of it. I know there's no millisecond. Millimeters of an inch in the last 5 years, which is the fastest rate, and they give you all the facts and the figures, and they bring out John Kerry. Let me tell you about it. Doesn't he belong back in the stall? Who's a jackass that ran for president? And he supposedly won against Bush. You kids don't know. Rob Gore. Thank you. I need someone over 50. Al Gore. Al Gore. His wife censored lyrics. And he was all about, we got to help the climate. Meanwhile, they're part of a concert where everyone's flying their private jet. Hilarious. You can't make it up. And all the money raised from that went in somebody's pocket. But hey, we're saving the earth. When are you going to understand? Why would billionaires buy land on the seafront if the seas were rising? Did you ever think about that? Did you ever think about that? Obama, the season, we got to give more money to, what's that in Martha's Vineyard? Put it right on the beach. Real concerned. Do you understand how all these people play us humans over and over again? And we just keep, hey, as long, we believe everything it says. Right, Mommy? Uh-huh. Right, Daddy? Absolutely. When's the ball game on? I like this guy, is what I'm getting to. I don't know much about him. I like what he's implementing. No more of that stuff. What was the other one? Don't lose me. No more DEI offices. What's DEI? Diversity. Yes. No. It's done. It's out. If I'm putting together a baseball team, I don't care if you're from South America. I got a Yankee fan in here. Did they win? They lost. That's why you've been bummed since the show started. This kid comes in with his Yankee, the Mets just sucked. Oh my God. And he's playing the Red Sox, who the Yankees hate with a passion. And he's like, we may have to start later. And he's watching the game. And about 45 minutes ago, he went from, hey. He's been like that for 45 minutes. Now he just changed his hat. He's like, no, you can't look at my Yankee emblem. It's fine. They got 2 more games. They're fine. Judge is going to hit his 400th home run because steroids is not in baseball anymore. Quack, quack. In baseball, not just him, in baseball. If I'm putting together a great baseball team, if I'm putting together a great media team or social media team, I don't care if you're, am I allowed to say midget, a midget, small person, whatever they identify as, although he says we don't have to worry about that. Okay, I grew up, it was a midget. It was called midget wrestling. So therefore, we have to go back in time and change all those labels. Me growing up, midget. All right, so I don't care if you're a midget. I don't care if you're a gay, half black, half Indian. Didn't someone like that run for president? And then... and then you dress up as a female and you're transgendering into another sex. If you're the best at the job, you got it. It's really that simple. It's called common sense. We're gonna, you know how frustrating it is for, I personally know a family member that has given their life and their soul to being, I don't want to give away too much, but at their job. Not only are they incredible at their job, but there's nobody better. And this person took a test to be the tippy top of that branch of what this person works at. And this person came just under 100. And they couldn't get the job. They had to give it to someone who got it in the low 80s because of DEI. Now, if I have a baseball team, do I have to DEI my team? I'd say I'm sacrificing what I want done the way I want it done. It's really, that's just an opinion. I'm sure you're going to let me know what you think of that opinion. I get the messages. Most of you are really nice. There's a couple. I love the ones that do this. Yeah, whatever, faggot. And I'm like, oh my God. And capital letters, explanation, F-A-G-G-I-T. That's what a faggot with 14 million days. Whatever, you dumb Nazi asshole. I get that. And people will create an account. They'll create an account just to scream at me typing. How funny is that? How funny that someone's like, this son of a bitch. How do you get on Instagram? How do you DM someone? He called me the F word. Yeah, I'll show it to you. Well, now I have to because people are like, did he just say? Yes. No more climate change. I love that. No more division of distraction, DEI. No more identity months, 100% into that. And no more gender delusion. Fine. I'm into that. If you're not sure if you're a boy or a girl, then no, you can't go into battle. I think that's what he's saying. Me personally, I'm for that if things, God forbid, ever go down. Okay. Are people still here? Yeah. Okay, good. All right. We're crushing in Libya right now. I do like hearing from like countries I would have never expected from. Like there's a lot of you from other countries where I go, oh my God, like, are you really from there? And then I could tell by the way they spell. It's either that or they've been drinking heavily and they're from Kansas and they're like, oh, he's going to think I'm from Libya. So the next subject, all of you work with Amazon, right? Okay. Everyone either order Amazon or something from Amazon. So let me show you how, in my opinion, PR works. Okay? This is classic PR. Okay. So what the Amazon to pay, am I yelling a lot? Because someone said I should get an ear mic, like an ear so I can hear myself, because sometimes I don't know what it sounds like to you. So I don't know if you're listening going, why is he yelling? Can he just talk? Amazon to pay $2.5 billion to settle FTC allegations that it duped customers into enrolling in Prime. Now, first of all, if you're paying $2.5 billion, it's not an allegation. If I had allegations against me, I'm not going to get, you know what, there's two for it. It's just, I'm not admitting, it's that basically said we're not admitting to it. So I guess it's really about customers that signed up for Prime made extremely difficult to cancel. All right. I don't know the situation. I do know this. Do you think Amazon cares? Do you really think this is a press con? This is, first of all, who's the company that sued them?
FTC, which is a federal.
Sorry, so the FCC, the FTC, the Federal Trade Commissions, which means it's federal. So they're going to get $1 billion goes to federal and $1.5 billion goes to you. I would like to know who at home is going to go, oh my God, I just got a check from FTM. What do they call it? The FTC. The FTC. I'm going to get some new shoes and a new hat because my team just lost the series. I'm sorry, you're not even paying attention. So who's getting that? Who's getting that money? Who's $1.5 billion are going to go back to people that got scammed by Prime? What is it, like $5 here, $1 billion here? But are we really going to see that money? Do you understand how the hoax goes? You know, $1 billion's going to feds, and then once it goes to the feds, where's it go? Climate change. Hey, Israel, you want some more missiles? It's a joke. Today's brought to you by Israel, by the way. They bought TikTok, and they're paying a snot rolls of money for YouTube. Thank you, Israel. This bomb's for you. It's all in defense. All in defense. And let me tell you something. Amazon made 50-something billion dollars. How much money do you think Pfizer made during COVID? I can guarantee you it's in the 0.000000000 section. It's a lot of money. Do you think Amazon right now is sitting at Scarface going, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to say we're going to give you $1 billion and we'll give the people $1.5 billion. You turn on some news, they look this way. They still haven't seen the Epstein files, and they just keep going, oh, look, another news headline. Oh, look, another news headline. Here's the Epstein files. Psych. We would like to see the list. Doo-da, doo-da. We would like to see the list before you bomb Iran. Is anyone from Iran on that list? I doubt it. Just saying. Wild guess. $59 billion. This is Amazon going, okay, so we took from some people. So we robbed a couple $1 billion. Tell you what, here's some money for you. It's a snot rocket. Amazon just blew a snot rocket of petty cash to shut your face up. It's all a hoax. You think the feds really care about you? You think they're going to take that $1 billion and go, you know what? We don't want it. We're going to give it back to the people that get ripped off. The feds didn't get ripped off. We got ripped off. You got ripped off. But the feds are going to take $1 billion. $1 billion, not $1 million, $1 billion. How high were your court? How expensive was the Fed's lawyers? It's paid by us. Like what? Okay, I'm gonna break a blood vessel. I gotta take it down a level. Which, by the way, Amazon's taking over the world. Whether you want to face it or not, Amazon is taking over the world. You're going to have to do either YouTube or Amazon. I'm telling you, that's the way it's going to. Even they're in the grocery world now. I think it's Whole Foods. Whole Foods. Branch of, and listen, I don't know if these facts are right. I don't know. Go check yourself. I could be making this up. And maybe I am making it up. I don't know. It's great entertainment for now. So Whole Foods now is like identity with your palm. How much for the lettuce? $3. That's where we're at. Whole Foods, Amazon, digital palm reading. To pay. That's where we're at. Paying with your palm. I know when you fly now, you give them your license and they take a picture. And of course you have like 6 people going, you don't have to take that picture. Yeah, I know, but it's already too late, dummy. They've been taking our pictures for years. The cameras are everywhere. They're just slowly letting you, hey, just want you to know this digital ID thing might be happening, face generate. Listen, don't listen to the conspiracy theorists. They're a little kooky, a little bit on the insane in the membrane, got no brain in their thing. They think the earth is flat. They don't believe we landed on the moon. They're a little cuckoo. They're the ones talking about digital ID. Oh, crap, it's here. Okay, well, forget that part. It's here. The Prime Minister of Britain. Is it Britain or England? I don't understand that whole area. What is it England? Is it Britain? Like what is that? What is the England, Britain? Who is this guy? Who's this guy? He's the UK, United Kingdom. What's the United Kingdom? Is that like Scotland? What is it? Scotland, England, Ireland? I thought Ireland was like, we don't want them part of us no more. Our teeth are a lot better than theirs and our ears don't stick out like them. They don't have great, their beer is terrible and they eat nothing but pudding. At least we got lamb. We got lamb and we got the good things here. We got taters like a son of a bitch and we're always happy. And we do poems. Have you ever been to a pub in Ireland? We'll tell a poem. It's the only place in the world where you don't get someone to go, sit down and keep playing music. No poems. That was a little much, but that's true. Dude, I went to Ireland, greatest part of my life. This tiny little pub. We were staying in this Airbnb, and on my hand to God, it was one of the greatest trips I ever took in my life. And the woman where we were staying, she's like, I don't know if you have dinner plans tonight, but if you go to the corner, there's a castle there. I was like, yeah, we saw the castle. He goes, there's not a lot there, but next door is a restaurant. And the locals all get together and they jam. It's quite a scene. I think you'd enjoy it. You go there and you have some food, fish and chips, and then go check out the locals performing. And my wife and I are like, okay, cool. So we're eating, my wife ate fish and chips every day. It's the best fish and chips ever had with my wife. And she just, everywhere we went, like, I'm going to have fish and chips, the best fish and chips. And then she's like, I shouldn't have had all this gluten. My hands are all swollen. Every single night. All of a sudden we hear like fiddles playing. And we walked into this next room, and there were these guys, like 12 of them, all like 15 over. They had pints. Some guys had fiddles. Some guys had these little guitars. They had all these, and they would just jam. And they said, they were just happy. We're so happy we're not occupied anymore. First it was the Vikings, they come and took our women and slaughtered everyone in sight. But then we were happy, then the English came and they gave us the bad teeth and they slept with our women and they gave us all the rules, but then they left and we're happy. No more wars, and they're such happy, giving human beings. And dude, this one guy in the middle of it got up and he started telling, I don't know if it's called a poem, but at the time I grew up in Long Island and I lived in Jersey. We're raising our kids in Jersey. And this guy gets up and he's like, it was deep on the sea and the Mary Jones was coming in from the wind from the northeast. And I was like, is this guy really stopping the jam to tell a story about a sailboat right now? And everyone knew the story, and everyone was giving the punchlines, and then they sang again. I was like, we don't have that anywhere in America. We don't have, like, it was one of the most incredible moments in my lifetime. Anyway, back to this guy. The UK Prime Minister announces mandatory. I do declare this is now mandatory. Mandatory. Hey, UK, you guys cool over there? I know here in America we're next, and I'm sure a lot of other countries. But listen to what this guy says. Boy, these conspiracy theorists are crazy. Remember when they started telling us about digital ID? Remember that? Boy, don't listen to these wackadoodles. Wow, it's here. Listen to what he says.
And that is why today I am announcing this government will make a new free of charge digital ID
what a nice guy.
Mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that.
Let me make this clear. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. Let me repeat that. You will not be able to work if you don't have digital ID. And I'll tell you this, it's for our freedom and our protection. It has absolutely nothing to do. Don't listen to the people that says one day you may not be able to shop and buy food because we don't like how your ID has now been unscanned, which also another country government is speaking of taking over, and they will get to credit score you. Is it China? No, I don't believe it is. But that's not necessary, humanity. What is necessary is we now decide if you can have an apple. Do you have a digital ID? Well, then you can't have that apple, Wheezy. Oh, did you want to go to the hospital? Do you have a digital ID? Well, then I don't think that'd be necessary. You'll have to find another means. And most important, please do not read the book 1984. It's absolutely rubbish. It's ridiculous. What kind of fool would write such silly rubbishness? And whatever you do, don't watch the movie V from Vendetta. V for Vendetta. It's just absolutely ridiculous, and I'd say preposterous. If you want your teeth fixed, you will need a digital ID. If you want your ears pulled back into here, you will need a digital ID. Do you understand this is for your safety and for your well-being? We're the government and we're here for you, and you're just a peasant. Now, please give to the Climate Change Fund and all the other funds that we pretend. Oh, and by the way, can we get more money so we can create more wars and defend them as well? That would be lovely. A missile. Thank you, humanity. Carry on at the pubs. Who's at the game this week? Quack, quack. Hey, man, I don't think the Roman Empire ever ended. That's just rubbish. Man, you think that people will wake up one day? I don't know, man. They're still really scared. Yes, sire. The power of fear. They love to just roll over and take it. Most of humanity says, what are we to do? We're just the small people, even though there's billions of us and perhaps maybe thousands of them that rule our lives by a television. Boy, that thing is so powerful. And as long as we have the power of a television, we shall control humanity. Send the thunder. Fear! The power of fear!
Oh my God, we gotta get a digital ID or we won't be able to take a deuce and drop a dump in public.
I've got to go really bad. Do you have a digital ID? Then shit in the street. Are we allowed to curse on YouTube? We're going to have to bleep that. Everyone with parents and little kids like, okay, time for you to go to bed. He's starting to say really bad things. Now let's get to my favorite subject. Not him. Yes, this is my favorite. Nazi Yahoo. Not a Yahoo. Not a Yahoo? Is that a Yahoo? Hey, Yahoo! Not Yahoo! Nazi, Natsu, that guy. You know what I'm talking about. This is eye-opening, to say the least. Netanyahu responds to UN. The UN, think about this. The UN, the United Nations, no matter what you think of them or not, when he gave a speech, can you imagine coming in front of a crowd and you're like, boy, I'm going to crush it today. I am going to crush it. I'm going to tell these people, that we're going to say we're defending our lives. And the reason why we accidentally killed some innocent people is like, hey, man, we're doing our best. And we're the morality killers. We kill with the best morals in the world. We're the 3 M&Ms. Morals, morality, while we murder. Moral, morality, murder. We are the Netanyahu gang. And you got your speech prepared, and he's in the back going, I'm going to go out there, and I'm going to tell them just how wonderful we are doing for the people of Israel and for the people of humanity. And he walked out there, and people went, goodbye! No! We're out! And he had the audacity to go, what is going on? You people don't like innocent people accidentally getting murdered with missiles? Oh, what kind of world is this? Yeah, listen to what this banana says. He's so entertaining. He's real entertaining.
And move to safe zones. Now I want to ask you a simple question. A simple, logical question.
Please do.
Would a country committing genocide plead with the civilian population it is supposedly targeting to get out of harm's way? Would we tell them, get out, if we want to commit genocide? We're trying to get them out. And Hamas is trying to keep them in.
Did you hear
this charge is so basic.
I'm sorry. Is this open mic night?
Genocide.
Is this open mic night for Netanyahu? Hey, did you hear him with the Nazis? Like, hey, did the Nazis ask? Did they ask them to leave? No. So, I'm different. They had to force them to leave, you know what I mean? Quack, quack. Hey, it doesn't say in the Bible somewhere we're the best. Hey, quack, quack. Hey, Bible quote, anybody? Quack, quack. Hey, I'm Netanyahu. Watch, I can juggle. He says, these charges are baseless. I don't know about you, But if someone's accusing me of a genocide, I'm not coming out. And I'm not guilty of a genocide. If I'm not guilty of anything, forget genocide. If I'm not guilty of anything, you said I came in your store and I stole a bag of Funyuns. And everywhere I go, I steal Funyuns. And now I'm at a meeting with all the 7-Elevens in Florida. And I'm going to come out and make my case that, no, I don't steal Funyuns. Even though they have me on camera stealing Funyuns. They have owners and people going, look at the footage right here. He clearly walks in, bombs the innocent people by accident because, hey, they're the moral bombers. And they took the Funyuns and he walked out. So I walk out to defend myself about the Funyuns. And they all leave because they're pissed. You think if you're not guilty, are you even going to read? Do you think that if I was guilty of genocide, this is not a genocide that we would have done it slowly? We could have done this in like 4 hours. I mean, come on. If I wanted to really kill the Palestinians, I would have wiped them out in like 3 hours. You know what I mean? A little bomb here, a little nuclear bomb. Ooh, did I just say we got nuclear bombs? And we're always accusing everyone else with nuclear. Is it Iran always got? Did I just say, hey, if I really wanted to kill them, I would have killed them overnight? This guy's hilarious. Hey, people call me a genocider, but I don't know about you, but I take my time killing people. Am I right? If I want a genocide, then I'd wipe them out in an hour or two. Who's got nuclear weapons? Not me. Wink, wink. Are we watching? Are we really? Your money's going to him. It's going to him. I need more of your missiles, United States. The whole world is going, hey man, something's wrong. And we're going, no, we're friends. Totally defend them. Did you hear that they killed some innocent people in Sudan and they're probably Americans? Yep, nope. We wiped that story right out. Okay, there were 3 babies. We're sorry. It was an accident. My bad. We were trying to get terrorists in another country. We goofed up. I'm sorry. Shut up. Holocaust! Holocaust lets us do anything. Hey, if I wanted to be a genocider, I would have done it in an hour. Who's with me? You can't even make this up. You can't make this up. This gets goofier. Watch this banana. This is hilarious. This really cracks me up. So now, by the way, yeah, before you play this, he goes up and he says, if I want a genocide, why would I wait, over a period of time? Why would I wait till the rest of the world goes, he's doing a genocide? Why would I wait for American soldiers? I'm sure you saw them, American veterans that put their lives on the line that aren't paid by AIPAC, put their lives on American, not dual citizenship. American said, I'm not flying planes to give them missiles that the Make America Great people, Make America Great people, not Make AIPAC Great Again. That's not what people voted for. They voted for Make America Great. Why would I take weapons that are killing children by accident and they arrested them. Why would I wait for people like that to start screaming the word genocide? I think that all the countries of the world, including Ireland and everyone, are just, they don't get it. It's not a genocide. If I wanted to kill them all, I would have done it immediately. I mean, come on, people. This is the same guy that for almost 15, 20 years has said this, and you can't erase it. Play this.
If not stopped, Iran could produce a nuclear weapon in a very short time. It could be a year, it could be within a few months.
They have the wherewithal, the stored up,
2018.
preserved knowledge to make a bomb very quickly if they wanted to do it.
Iran is
2015.
so dangerous. Weeks away from having the fissile material for an entire arsenal of nuclear bombs.
They're very close. They're 6 months away from
2012.
being about 90% of having the enriched uranium for an atom bomb.
Iran is gearing up to
2006.
produce 25 bombs, atomic bombs a year, 250 bombs in a decade.
Ladies and gentlemen, time is running
1996.
Iran will be capable of
1995.
producing alone, without importing anything, nuclear bombs within 3 to 5 years.
Climate change. The seas are rising. We need to fear Iran. They've been trying to build a bomb for almost 40 years. 40 years. This Iran, they need to buy. Trump, can you bomb Iran? You're our best friend. We're going to make AIPAC great again, and we trust you even though you've been saying this from 1995. Iran bad, China bad, Russia bad, China bad, Russia bad, Libya bad, Arab countries bad, Muslims bad. He just showed you and the world, and if you want to defend him because it's your team, I'm begging you to take your emotions out. You cannot defend what you just saw. This started in the 90s. And we as America have been, everything he said, we've backed it. So who's really in control here? Where's your tax money really going? Was it our soldiers that went? I'm just saying, these are questions. Not me, I don't do no genocide. If I want to do that, I would have done it like an hour. We got nuclear weapons that we never discuss. But Iran may be making one for the last 40 years, so they're dangerous. American, can you please bomb them and go into war with them and send your children there to kill Iran? Because they're so dangerous. They're so dangerous, you changed their regime back a long time ago. Remember that? Because we told you to do that. And then they took us hostages, and then Americans got riled up over the hostages. But the reason they got riled up is because we went over there, took out their leader, who was very popular, which is why they got pissed, and we replaced him with one of our guys. Wow. Can you imagine if Italy came to America, invaded and took out Trump, and then put in banale, this is who we like. Here comes a Fanagin Jamichael Gorzanuni is now the new leader of the USA. You think Americans would be a little uptight over that? Go do the Iran history, people. They even tell you in Argo. Watch the movie Argo. Watch the movie Argo. It tells you in the beginning in a very subtle way. Yes, and then we took out their very popular leader and we replaced them. But who told us to do that? I don't know if who told us to do that? How long has this been going on? How many places have we gone into battle and it wasn't our battle? Does Italy have dual citizenship here in Congress? Do they? I don't know. I'm just asking. Does Italy pay our people to make rules and stuff like that? Does Italy make phone calls to podcasters and all that when you talk bad about them? Or does some other place do that work in your own country? Just questions. Is he make America great or make somewhere else great? Because the last I checked, that's where a lot of our money's going. And the good news is it's not a genocide, because if it was, it would have been done in an hour. This has been stretched out. Here's what's genius about him. I will give him this credit. He's a biblical guy. Oh, wait. Before we even get into that, he did have to apologize. This is funny. Trump made him apologize. Look at this. Look at this apology. The Times of Israel. So this is Israeli Times. Don't listen. Look it up yourself. I don't know if this is AI. I don't know. We saw this and I went, I want to talk about that. And it could be real, it could be not real. I don't know. That's up to you to figure out. It's just entertainment. Trump makes Netanyahu squirm with a forced sorry call to Qatar. Think about that. Think of, listen, this is not good. This is not good. Qatar's got billions of dollars. They're our friends, and you can't be bombing Qatar. Yeah, but you said I can stop bombing anyone. I know, but you're getting crazy now. We already said we're going to take over the land in Gaza. That one hurt, by the way. That one hurt. We're going to make Gaza beautiful again. We're going to build beautiful beaches. We're going to make, even though the war's still going on and people getting slaughtered, it's okay, because when it's over, we're going to make it pretty. Yeah, but what about the people? Why would they want to go back there? Because they lived there? Because they grew up there and their grandmother said, hey, we're going to show you another meal. Sorry, we're a moral bombing squad. Whoopsie daisy. Thank you, America, for that accidental bombing. Listen, it's not looking good. People starting to question me. They want to know about the Epstein files. I'm getting tired. I'm doing my best. I even said, are we still talking about Epstein? Dude, the people that backed you, you got to know, are starting to go, what's going on, man? What? You made him apologize. You need to apologize. It's a good look. It's a good look for me. It's a good look for you. Okay, I will apologize to Qatar. I'm very sorry that I bombed a building in Qatar, but I'm taking over all the Arab nations. Shh. It's all going to be good. We're going to make a peace deal. It's going to be the greatest distraction. They're never going to keep asking who's on Epstein files and if your government was part of it. Never, ever. Just say sorry. We're sorry for Qatar. Hey, I just have a question. If Iran bombed Sudan and Americans were killed by accident, if Iraq bombed and killed Americans by accident, if Russia sent missiles and bombed someone and said it was an accident, we didn't mean to kill those babies and a couple American citizens, do you think the reaction would be the same? It's just a question. Why does one group of government always get away with, hey, listen, we're sorry. I didn't know Qatar had that much money. I thought, they got towels on their head and they still wear the skirts. And I just, they're not my people. But all right, if you made a deal with them, so I'm sorry. Yes, they have a nice, beautiful airport and they got money, but I didn't know they got that much oil. I'm sorry, it was an accident. Can we continue bombing Syria and Sudan and everywhere else, all the other really bad Hamas places? Please. So long as you say sorry to Qatar. What's going on, man? What's going on? Are we the people of peace? Are we the government of peace? Are we? It's really we're not trusting it anymore. We're not trusting it anymore. This guy had the audacity to go biblical. This is hilarious, by the way. Hilarious. This is how desperate Netanyahu is. Netanyahu, sorry. Not Netanyahu. That was an honest mistake. Netanyahu invokes Genesis prophecy at White House. So he's a teacher of the Bible. And here's what Netanyahu, he warned, Genesis 12:3. Nations opposing Israel would face severe consequences while supporters would gain security, tying the events to the prophecies of Ezekiel and Isaiah. Trump unveiled a Gaza peace plan. Hey, thank you, Trump. It only took, a lot of people dead before we started talking about that. But hey, at least you're there. I'll give you that. Hey, how's the new ballroom going? Because we want to know. We're super excited to hear about the new ballroom. Listen, right now I'm trying to be funny, but these are the things that are upsetting American people. And the American people that are 100% behind you are now starting to feel like we're getting screwed and we've been hoodwinked and our pants are caught down and the world is going, you fell for it. That is the honest feeling of a lot of Americans right now. So if you do care about the American people, you need to start acknowledging how we feel. And I shouldn't speak with everyone. I'll say how I feel. But from the comments and the people watching, I think it's a lot of people feel. We're going biblical. Hey, you guys into Bible? Here we go. Nations opposing Israel. Genesis. So Netanyahu is now he's running the synagogue. That to me reminds you of the Bible. That it is okay for us to continue to be on our side, and it's okay for us to not do a genocide, because a genocide is, we could have done it in an hour, but a non-genocide, we're doing it for months and months and months, and America keeps giving it back. So, yeah, am I the only crazy one? What Bible did you just pick and choose one verse and go, that's what I'm going with? Did you miss the Bible part that says, love thy neighbor? Did you miss that part? I mean, I don't even read the Bible, but I'm pretty sure there's a part that says, love thy neighbor. So I'm pretty sure that we'll say Jesus, whether you believe it or not. Let's just say, you don't believe in whatever. We'll say Jesus, he kind of hung out. He went to the tax collectors. Hey, man, this ain't cool what you're doing. You're enslaving people and you're taxing. These people are working. That ain't cool. This is like organized crime stuff. And you're taking the money. Still happens today. But he was like, hey, man, that's cool. He went up to the prostitutes. Why? You got a pretty face. You're a nice person. You ain't got to sell your soul like that. And you don't have to have this guy control your life. You're better. You got so much more to live for. I'm pretty sure he was the guy that talked with all the delinquents. Hey, man, why are you drinking so much? Why are you violent? Did your father die when you were 9? I didn't see the Bible part where he took his sandal and he went, if you don't support Israel, and you're going to be in a heap of trouble, pal. You people need to get out. There's no loving thy neighbor. You can love thy neighbor unless you're Palestinian. Get out of here. How dare you have Hezbollah or the Hamas hiding behind innocent people? Bomb there, bomb everywhere. They're in the hospitals. Bomb the hospitals again. Jesus, it's in the Bible. It's in the Bible. We're allowed to continue bombing people. I didn't see that part. I'm pretty sure it was love thy neighbor, and then are we forgetting the 10 Commandments? I think the first big one is, all right, first of all, the kids are making me nervous because there's like 5 of them staring at a computer. What are you guys staring at? Are people losing their minds? Like, is Netanyahu calling, going, I want to talk to him now. There's a missile heading right now. Don't pick up your pager. You have to go to the bathroom? I don't believe you guys. All their faces are red. So someone, I don't know what kind of comments you're making, but they're going nuts behind the screen. All I see is one guy red. One guy's face is red, and the other two are like this. Oh, God. And then the other guy comes up to read whatever the one guy's looking at. And I'm like, what is this good? Is it bad? I don't know. And I don't like the way, you can't see it, but the guy right here is doing this. I don't like that move, dude. I don't like this move right here. This is not a positive, oh God, this is exciting. When you're doing this, it's not fun for me to see. Control your emotions. Whatever's going on, whatever they're saying, control it, because it's freaking me out. I think there's a verse called, or the 10 Commandments, where it's, thou shalt not kill. That's the first one. Thou shalt not kill. Yeah, but they, October 7th. We get it. But again, I will tell you again, if my house is destroyed and it was atrocities that happened in my home and they took some of my family and all the videos that were shown and the horror that was shown, I would do everything in my power to find the people responsible for that. It doesn't give me the right to start bombing my neighbor's house, killing the guy behind his house because I think they're over there. And then I get to start torching my neighborhood. Then I start going to other neighborhoods and killing them because I'm accusing them. And then they go, hey man, there's innocent children here. I go, all right, I morally burn houses down. I try not to kill as many people. Thou shalt not kill. Not, hey, if you're not with the Jews, then I don't know what to tell you. Where it says right here, thou shalt blow missiles. Don't you think we're at a time and land where we can, or peace, where we can start talking to one another? And the other one, the covet thy neighbor. Thy covet neighbor, right? Something like that. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. So you can go biblical all you want. People love to go biblical. It says this 4,000 years ago that if you live in a house and you live there your whole life, these people allowed to come back and blow your ass up and make sure you get out of town. I know for a fact there's an influencer, a very big person, who actually said, I really think that we need to cleanse them and we need to get them out. In this day and age, in this time and era, you'll figure out who it is. I'm sure you already know. They're vocal about cleansing, even use the word, I'm pretty sure, cleansing. If we're going to go, Netanyahu, if we're going to go biblical, let's start loving thy neighbor. Let's start sitting down and talking this all out, because in the time that we spent murdering and killing and blowing up innocent people and not genociding, it would have been amazing if we took that time and we had one big open forum for the world to watch of people talking it out. People talking it out. I trust people. I've been to I know this works. I've been to countries where they still have a village mentality. And that village mentality, when you know everybody, you know who the jackass is. And you know when the jackass does something wrong. And then everyone confronts them. But how long do we have to go where you're screaming, the bad guy's over there, the bad guy's over there, bad guy's over there. You kicked out of here. How many times do you have to go, maybe I'm an asshole. Maybe I'm the asshole. Boy, they all walked out on me. Maybe I'm the asshole. I don't know. We have to walk away from this madness. We really do. We really, really do. If you're supporting to kill anyone and war, we're past that. Billionaires run our life. Billionaires. They have the power for peace for the rest of our lives. We have the power. And if you want to start, just start getting to know. I'll give you a story about Mimi, this little old lady Mimi. Because this is what governments do and this is what politicians do. They divide us. And the news, they divide us. Hate them, hate them. How many of you don't talk to your family anymore? How many of your family members don't talk to you? How many of you don't have certain friends anymore? All because the last 10 years, they divided us. Who's they? The politicians and the news. This news team pumped this news team pumped that. You don't think that's a well-planned, organized? Who owns those stations? Who owns that information? That's a deeper question. They're the real dividers. So with that said, until we start understanding we're all human, dude. You can try to fight it all you want. There's this little lady in my development. I'd walk in, judged her hard. Totally judged this chick hard. She's older. She'd always doll up. I'm like, oh, this is what I'm looking for. I want to be her age. And after a couple times, I went up to her. And it turns out she goes to the pub every day at a certain time because her husband passed away after being married almost 50 years. And every day her husband and her would play this little card game and they do reflections. And since he's been dead, she got no family down here. And since he's been dead, she comes to this area, orders a wine the way he would, and they're wine together, and she tries to pass the time away. She tries to heal the pain. She tries to pass away the loneliness, and she tries to put on a big smile. You know what? I don't care, and I got to know her, which was even better. These two people that were with them, they're like, we're from California. I'm like, oh, we moved in from California. They told me yeah, we come here and we look after her. Really? Yeah, she lost her wife and want to make sure she's cool. And we always take her here and we always take her there. You know what none of us cared about? Who we voted for. None of us cared about politics. None of us cared about what was going on in the news. All we cared about was, wow, there's deeper issues in our personal lives that these monsters consistently install us with fear, hate, war, and killing. And we work to fund them to constantly promote it. We gotta say we're done. We're done. Let's start building our own little communities of love. Love thy neighbor. Not if you're with the Jewish community, then you'll thrive. If you're not, then no. How about human community? Not Christian community, not Muslim community, the human community. Love thy neighbor. Can you imagine if we were doing that for the last 2-3 years, just loving everyone 24/7? Who knows? Maybe we'd be in a better place. Maybe I'm too hokey right now. I don't care, but I see the writing in the world. I see where it's going. The devil works in mysterious ways, but God works in better ways. Trust in the big man. Trust in the light. Trust in the love. Turn off the monsters. Have a good one. See you next week. I'll see you in New Brunswick, New Jersey this weekend, Stress Factory. I don't know if it's sold out yet, but if you got a chance, go see it. I haven't done shows in a long time. I don't know what they're going to look like. Should be fun. Have a good one. See you next time. Jim Breuer Live.